Warning. The following video is intended for viewers 13 years and older. Viewer discretion is advised. You're here. You're ready. Welcome to my world.
What's going on, guys? I'm Ghost of Sparta, and I'm here with another fantastic review for you guys of the SHFiguarts Captain Ginyu. Smosh Nations has given us a good rendition of Captain Ginyu, and we're going to take a look at it. We're going to take a look at his accessories. We're going to take a look at all of his paint apps and articulation. So stay tuned for the whole review so you guys can get the whole story on this figure to see if he's worth being on your shelf to complete your Dragon Ball Z collection. Because as you know, there's only been a couple figures for the Dragon Ball Z actual series for the Frieza saga. So this guy would be like the third installment of figures, and then there's Jace. If you guys go on Bandai Premium, make sure to check that out. Bandai Premium's coming out with some good figures as well. I picked up this guy from Toyco. That's where I get most of my figures, so if you guys would like to visit that site, there's a link below for the Facebook, his Facebook page, and also his website. Check him out. Anthony's such a great guy. I have no sponsorship with him, but he's just someone that I have been buying figures, my collectibles from, for about a few years already. I want to say about 5+ years, 6+ years. It's been a long time, and he does a great job, guys. He has great deals, fast shipping. Really check him out. Toyco, it's in the description. If you guys want to check out also my social media, you can check out my Instagram, my Facebook, and also my Twitter. Those are all links below, so please check those out to help support the channel. So before we get to the review and all the size comparisons, guys, please hit that like button, subscribe, and that bell icon so you don't miss any future content from yours truly. So let's get to those size comparisons. Deadpool, it's Goku, Predator. Alrighty, collectors, so we have Captain Ginyu here. Hope you guys enjoyed the size comparisons. Now, the paint apps on this guy are done very well for the armor. I mean, it looks very animated in my opinion. That's how I see the color for him. Now, as for his actual flesh color, I mean, it's very matted, which I think looks done very well, in my opinion. But I don't know, I feel like it should have maybe some kind of gloss to it. I think the mattedness kind of takes away from the character, but I feel like maybe a little glossy, like the way they did the kneecaps, and the reason why they are glossy is because, it's a different plastic that they use for the joint. But the skin color being matted, I don't know, it just gives, I don't know, I feel that like Captain Ginyu, like in Namek, he was kind of sweaty and stuff, so I feel like he should have been a little bit more glossy. Like if you look at the neck, there is some gloss on there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can kind of see. And I feel that would have given it a little bit more of that alien vibe in my, and that's what I'm thinking, that's all I'm saying. But as for the armor, it looks great. It almost feels like this guy jumped straight out of the cartoon or the anime. Sorry, don't say cartoon. Don't make fun of me in the comments. But he looks great. I mean, all this detail, all the ridges, the white pinstriping looks fantastic, looks phenomenal. I can't get over how much detail they put into this guy. Now, we can go over the rest of his paint here. Let's go in a little bit more detail. So there's some paint rubbing here. But yeah, he looks great. I think the aesthetic of him for his paint, his paint can't get any better than that. The aesthetics look great. Can't complain. Now, let's get into everybody's favorite portion of the show, and everybody wants to know about his articulation. Head moves up, moves down, arm rotation, swivel, bend at the elbow, swivel, hinge, diaphragm joint back, forward, waist swivel, leg goes out, back, swivel, bend at the knee, swivel, rocker, the hinge joint, hinge joint, hinge joint, hinge joint. Now with the articulation out of the way, we could take a look at some of the other things that he can do. Now I notice his diaphragm joint goes all the way forward, obviously to do his most iconic pose where he's bent over, but you do get gappage, so just keep that in mind when picking up this figure. He does have some gappage, which is not too bad, because if you're gonna keep him in that pose where he's bent over with his legs spread, like this, you're really not gonna see it. Okay, you got some Ginyu ass there. Yeah, you're really not gonna see it at all. So it's no big deal, but just keep that in mind. If you're going to try to get one of those poses where he just got socked or kicked by Goku, it'll be done very well, and it'll be pretty much really believable. So these parts peg in. It's not like before where they used like a friction joint, which is these joints here on the side. They actually made it where these just plug in and out, which I think is a good idea. It helps because, you know, these things pop out. Yeah, it's annoying, but you're not scared of breaking the little peg. I mean, I would be very careful because it's a small, delicate little peg, but I think that was a good idea on their part. Now, I noticed something crazy while I was doing the articulation part, but mine didn't get painted all the way. So in the butterfly joint, someone was just like, fuck it. Pretty much, that's what happened there. They just thought like, oh, I'm just gonna be lazy. If we take a look on this side, on the butterfly joint, it's completely painted. So that's pretty interesting. You know, so mine's a factory defect, so mine's worth millions now. I have $1 million figure. No, not really. So we've gone through his paint apps, we've gone through his articulation. Let's take a look at his accessories, which he has a bunch of. Real quick before I go over his head change, to be able to change his heads for his different expressions, the scouter is removable. It tabs into his left ear here, so you can see it is plugged in. It does have a shape, like if you're playing, I don't remember what game that was, but it does have a shape, so be very careful. Make sure you do it right. Let me see if I can get this to focus. Focus. What do I give you? The shape there that it has, so that way you don't mess up your figure or break it. So as you can see, the peg is there on this left ear, and I noticed his head comes off pretty easily. It is shaped, so it's key shaped, so that way you have to put it in a certain way, but it does come off really easily. So keep that in mind when you're trying to pose this guy, because his head does come off pretty easily. I mean, it's not very difficult for his head to just slide right off. I don't feel that there's anything gripping it. It's not pegged in. Like, I can push down on it as hard as I can, and yeah, there's nothing that tells me that it's secure or it's not going to fall off. So just keep that in mind. So let's go over his accessories. Now we're looking at Captain Ginyu's 4 interchangeable heads. Just want to give you guys a quick, idea. The head with the scouter that's on the left side, that head has the scouter, and the scouter can be put on the 2 in the middle. The only one that you can't put a scouter on is this one to the right, where his eyes are shifty and looking to the left. That's the only one that you cannot put a scouter on. As for them capturing all the complexity of this character and emphasizing on all the detail, they nailed it. I'm telling you, they nailed it. It's just great. The figure looks nice. I mean, the only thing I could say is they got to put some shading on the veins to make them pop more. But I mean, yeah, they just molded this in this purple plastic, stuck the horns in there, which is a very nice glossy black. And you can't go wrong with that. I mean, look at the mouth. Detailed. You got the teeth, you got the tongue. I mean, it almost looks like you can see inside of his throat almost. But those are the 4 heads he comes with. Let's move on to the hands. So Captain Ginyu from SHFiguarts comes with 5 pairs of hands. He has his fisted hands that he comes with in the package. He has his nice little karate chopper posing hands. He has a slightly gripping hand, and he has an open palm hand, and he has 2 pointer finger hands. Now these hands here that are slightly open, that's actually to grip the Dragon Ball, which we'll go over in a little bit. And I'm actually really surprised with the Dragon Ball and its quality, and we'll go over that just after these hands. But the details of the hands are great. It's purple. They got the black nail polish on them for his fingernails, and it's going to let you be able to use his hands in any pose that you could possibly pose Captain Ginyu in all of his aspirating or motivating poses that he does in the anime series. So we have the last 2 accessories that Captain Ginyu comes with. We have the Dragon Ball, which I mentioned a little bit earlier, and what's crazy about this Dragon Ball compared to the original ones is that this Dragon Ball, the stars are on the front. They're not embedded inside of it, which at first I thought about it and I was like, man, that's so cheap. Why did they do that? But when you really think about it and they do it that way, it gives you this. Like, you could see how the stars get bigger, and that's kind of how it was in the show. Like, when they would focus on the Dragon Ball and the stars, you would see them like this. When they were close by to each other, they needed a close-up shot. But whenever like an enemy was trying to grab them, or they're running away, or it's underwater, you would see them like that, and it would be like magnified. I could be wrong, but yeah, it brought me back to when I would watch the show, and you can see they're very transparent. You can see, you know, right through them, like no problem. You can see the little chest piece for Captain Ginyu, Shenron over there in the background. So this Dragon Ball has some good weight to it. I mean, it's not super heavy, but you know, you could tell that it's there. It's a freaking dab of plastic there. Now we have this battle damaged chest piece, and I have a few problems with it. Now this is just me talking. Everybody else might like it, but I don't recall his pectoral muscle being black. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if they just wanted to battle damage the armor, and then this is supposed to be like the leather weaves inside. But if I'm not mistaken, this should be like, you should see some of his pec, it being black and all that stuff and bloody. That's the only problem I have with that. Accurate to the where he punched himself to be able to body change with Goku, but I feel that they missed out on a huge opportunity to make it have more detail with him being actually battle damaged. And that's one of the things about this line that I wish they would do, is release some battle damaged characters. I mean, they've only done it with Goku because, you know, he has some torn up pants, or he has the Warrior Within was probably the closest thing we get to a battle damage Goku, and also Ultra Instinct Goku, and the new Ultra Instinct Omen Goku that we're getting from the premium, not the premium, the con exclusives that they had. So those ones are kind of considered battle damage because his gi is kind of tore up. But as for other figures like Majin Buu, Captain Ginyu, they really haven't given us a battle damage character for that. So I think they missed an opportunity on that to give us some real good detailed battle damage, painted it, you know, purple to match his skin color and all that good stuff. So let's get back to the figure. So I wanted to end it off this review with Captain Ginyu in one of his signature poses, because this wouldn't be a Captain Ginyu figure without him doing some embarrassing motivational power boosting pose. So I wanted to throw that in there for you guys. He balances very well on his toes. You know, that's what's incredible about this figure, is that he's able to balance very well. So I think they got it down for the body proportion and the feet, so that way they can show the balancing act for some of these bigger figures. I mean, with Broly, they had to make the feet a lot bigger, and he's able to do some tremendous poses, even balance other figures on him without the use of a stand. So let me know what you guys thought about this figure in the comments below. I would really like to know. And also want to know if you guys picked them up already, and are you excited of completing the Ginyu Force? And what is your thoughts on Guldo, on how SHFiguarts is kind of giving us that non-articulated statue with Birder? I really want to know what everybody's opinion on that is. So what is your thoughts on Guldo, part of the Ginyu Force, is just being pretty much a Chaozu like it was for Tien, or oh no, the Cyberman in Yamcha's came with some articulation. So yeah, I just want to know, what did you guys think about that? Did you guys pick this guy up yourself? And let me know what you guys thought about the review. Answer those questions for me in the comments below, so that way I can talk to you guys and we can start some dialogue together and get to know each other a little bit more on our favorite subject, SHFiguarts, action figures, or action figures in general. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys on the next review.